I hope it do. I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure
Yeah.
we're good over here.
Uh,
Because I mean, are you on your way? Like,
nah, I mean, technically Keisha came last. So I mean, I don't even think we're supposed to be talking yet.
Oh, okay.
Man, you should go ahead and sit down.
Okay, let me go ahead and sit down because I was here.
You were here. You on time. Oh, hey. All right. I'll be like another hour. I'm gonna show up in like another hour.
Show up in an hour. Hold on, because I was like on her phone too. She was like,
"Yeah, just get on your phone. Just talk to your phone."
See, like, where am I?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I mean, like,
oh Lord, never knew what I was missing, but I knew once we start kissing, I found love. Never knew what I was missing, but I knew once I was crippin', I found you. Ooh, I found you. Ooh.
First of all, it's not even your turn. It's not even your turn.
Oh, it ain't my turn.
So
what am I supposed to do?
Sit down because you late. So I need you to sit down.
Hey, listen, ain't nobody told me we supposed to start on time, okay? I'm Keisha to the cold. It's my world, boo. And I got
yeah, your world 2 hours late.
Well, listen, it was worth it for Keisha to win still, because I mean, I don't.
Hey,
it all.
Nope, let's go. Let's move
on. Don't start this like it's not a debate.
No, let's go, Vince. We're not early. Can we move on? Because we're not gonna start this early.
All right. Fine. We'll start this a little later. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Happy Monday. It is January. It's still January, right? 25th.
Yes. Oh my
God. Things been going real fast since the new year started, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's been crazy, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like we're back to work. Everything's starting to get a little bit back to normal. So just in case you need
the racism is at a medium. The racism is like medium normal. You know what I'm saying?
It's like mid, you know, we're like at a 4, 5, 6. You know, we was at like an 8, 9. You know what I'm saying, a few weeks ago.
Right.
But we can lower the temperature a little bit. The stove is cooling off. We're now sauteing instead of broiling. You know, it's starting to feel a little good. And and just in case you are working from home, a quick reminder.
Just because you work from home don't mean you ain't gotta wash your ass. Good morning. It's Melanin Espresso.
Oh, hey. All right.
So let's go ahead and get out of these chairs because we late. Let's get about these
let's just put out the chairs. Let's get out the chairs. Let's do it like this right. All right, cool. We'll come back to the chairs. Well, it is another week. We've survived. Hallelujah. We have a whole new president. Who this? I mean, and it ain't even like I'm really a big supporter. I'm really just an anti, guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, come on, bro. Holla at me later. Can we move on, please? You know what I'm saying? But it has been quite the eventful weekend. Before we get into it, I just need to let the public know that Gina tried to flash me this morning.
Oh, my God.
I don't know why. I didn't deserve it. I was sitting here minding my business, reading the book of Ecclesiastes, right? I was on chapter 2, verse 13. And for some reason, I look up and it's Muff City. Like it was all sunshine.
Let me tell the story because I feel like you adding a little.
I mean, I'm just keeping it rizzy. All right, you tell the story then. Go ahead. What is it?
I'm gonna need y'all to be careful when y'all using StreamYard or Zoom. Okay, now I see how the mamas got caught naked and smoking weed. Okay, so what's what happened? I was setting up, okay, and I had to shower because my piss was sweaty. I had talked to Barry this morning. He helped. Anyway, so I thought that I pushed the camera button. It was behind you. Okay, don't turn the camera off. Okay, but instead I pushed the mute button. So as I was grabbing deodorant across the screen, I seen a flash of light skinness. And I was like, you can see me.
and I'm over here like
That's funny.
Really, Vince? He didn't see me. I'm lucky that Vince, let me tell you something, Vince don't pay attention to nothing. When Vince is in his zone, he is focused on whatever he's focused on, and I'm going to appreciate that as my friend. Because
at least
you would have seen, it was, I leaned over, so it was like hanging, he was hanging, you know what I'm saying, in that little cheek, and I was like, I looked,
I was like, well, hello Monday. Yeah, I see Gina is 100% right. I'm definitely focused on my work, so I darn near didn't notice her. But what she don't know is I got a super hellified peripheral vision all up in here. You know what I'm saying? So I could be sitting here like this, but I'm still like, hold up now. What it is right now? Hey, what it is right now?
I don't know. Now I really don't know.
I'm like, what is this? Is today Christmas? Like, how does this? Oh, hello, ching. Hello, Instagram. Hello, eBay. Hello, bro. I'm sending this to your teachers for your school. Whatever your kid's teacher is, they about to get, I don't care. The next time you get booked at a church, they about to mysteriously get this in their inbox. Like, you know what, Miss Gina G, we may have to cancel. I don't know if we didn't know that you were into exposing the nudities on the Monday mornings with the melanins at the espressos. But anyway,
to me. But we're gonna move on.
We're gonna try to move on. We're gonna try to move on. I tell you what, let's do this. Last week, if we could get into some of the stuff that happened last week.
Okay.
Just so we can kind of wrap that week up and start off a whole new week. You do know that last week was quite the let's say significant week because we actually exchanged administrations, hallelujah, and it was quite the feat. It was crazy. There was people all over the place. There was George Bush's, Laura Bush's, there was a whole Hillary Clinton's, there was, of course, the ever oh so glamorous Michelle Obama's with the Mr. Barack Obama. It's been so long since I seen somebody with some sense in the White House that I couldn't even remember how to say his name. But yeah, man, like this dude was out there doing that thing. And it was nice. It was a nice little spectacle given with the social distancing and all that they had to deal with, man. Oh, here go our king and queen right here. Here they go. You better walk. Oh, you know she, yeah, Gina. Now tell me, as a woman, when you see her stunting like that, like, here I go. Here I go. Oh, here I go. You know what? Tell me, Gina, what's it like? How much does it take? I know I'm slagging a little bit, but what's it like to actually get ready like that and to know that you about to slay? Like she had no clue. She knew when she put that coat on, and she knew when she had that hair curled that she was finna kill it.
One curl. It was like one curl too. That just that curling iron stayed on there a long time. Like it was just like they held it till it started steaming, and then they blew it like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's how that curl ended up staying so, you know what I'm saying, magnificent like that.
Yeah.
To you. Hey, Vincent.
Yeah, because one of me ain't working right. So I had to fire myself right quick, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you could tell that they was draped up, dripped up, drove out, man, and it was quite the spectacle. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm assuming that you did see the inauguration. I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was, I mean, it's like watching C-SPAN, you know, so I was really looking for, you know, just to see what the highlights was gonna be. But I did see that there were a few people that showed up at the inauguration that I thought was pretty fascinating. It was a star-studded event. Obviously, some of the main folks that we saw, we probably recognize from our daily lives. People such as, obviously, we already talked about the Obamas who did their thing.
Look at that. Right? Look at that.
The Obamas just stunt on them. You know what I'm saying? And we also had Lady Gaga showed up. You know what I'm saying? Did her thug thizzle. You feel me? Out there, Lady Gigi, you know what I mean? And then the homie John Legend. There was a whole bunch of folks out there, man, that was just doing it big. But I do think that the one that stole the show, Gina, in all honesty, that actually took all of the credit, who got all of the shine this past week with the inauguration, is one other, nobody other than Mr. Bernie, bro. Bernie killed it this week. My man was on point, bro. Look at the man. Look at the stance. Look at the way he got that leg crossed over. Now I'm talking about that man is doing it big. Hallelujah. You can't tell that man nothing, man. I mean, it did gotta go a little wild. They started, putting the man on everything out there. We started to see him. That and the third. You know what I'm saying? He was all over the place. The man it was just disrespectful. I seen him pop up somewhere in I don't know, wherever they fly dragons in the Game of Thrones era. I don't know, Gina. You had to have seen some of these memes out there, Gina. I know you did, Gina. Did you see any out there too, man? I had a few favorites.
I have two favorites. Let me show you because this one right here, this took me back. You know what I'm saying? That's just only because I'm a fan. But y'all, please look at this. Please. Anytime.
No, I had that one too.
I don't know what to do. No. That one is hilarious. And then this one, because Keisha was there late. So Bernie was like, Bernie was like, let me just go ahead and sit in Keisha's spot because
this spot is usually reserved for the 1%, the 2%, and the 3%. The millionaires and the billionaires get to touch the tatas of the Janet Jacksons. That's funny, man, because I didn't see that.
This one?
Ooh, look how tight he holding on too. He like, hold on, man, this is real. He think this real life right now. He ain't even play. He like, whoa. It's not too often that a young man from Brooklyn, New York, gets to surround his mittens with the tatas of the illustrious Janet Jackson. Where were you during the Super Bowl, Bernie? Since you so we could have used them mittens for both. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's crazy. I'm gonna take it back, G. It's funny because you sat there and did that one, man, and I had that one playing too, man. But it got even worse. It got even worse. The dude, they put him everywhere, yo. He was trying to hide from the Velociraptors in Jurassic Park. You know what I'm saying? This dude was everywhere, man. This dude, I swear, if he had gone any faster, he would have went back to the future because he was going by 88 miles per hour. It didn't stop there, Gina. I swear, like, even the mittens was put on to people that they had no business being on, bro. They was all over the place.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
Bro. Yes.
Did they do? Did they?
They did. And I think they seen Bernie was in a white Bronco driving down 95 trying to get away from Delaware. He took it even further, yo. They did not stop, yo. Bernie just showed up everywhere. He showed up on stage with you, Gina.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even know how he did that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was crazy. Why y'all didn't tell me y'all did a show with Bernie Sanders, yo? You could have told me, like, I would have paid to see that. What's up?
Shout out to Shireen, Heather Shaw. Who else is in this picture? Oh, Blair.
Bernie Sanders.
And Bernie.
I mean, yo, Gina, I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that you allowed this to happen. Because it's my bad. I'm shocked that you allowed this to happen because I mean, we know you don't like to share this. Oh, it's me again. Look at me, yo. I'm all over the place. All right. I tell you what.
Yeah, look, y'all, this is what I go through. That's why
this is what happens when you flash my screen.
Because he was focused. He was focused this morning on getting all of these different things hooked up to StreamYard. And he missed my yellow nakedness this morning. And I'm so thankful.
Yo, look, don't get mad at me because Bernie Sanders came and crashed your photo shoot, bro. I don't have no problem with you, man. Like, just listen, it is what it is, man. It's not my fault, bro. Oh, it ain't my fault. Did I do that?
Let me move on.
Yo. But it was cool though, man. That was a good fun time, man. It was fun. A couple things that did happen over the course of last week too, that are noteworthy at least, was that your boy went on a pardon spree. I don't know if you peeped that or not, but yeah, man, your boy went on out there and just said, you know what, man, everybody, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. It was quite the feat to see. I mean, I heard that there were some folks that he did pardon, such as the one and only Please Say the Baby.
In December 2020, Lil Wayne, born Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., pled guilty to a federal gun charge. Per the New York Times, the charge comes from an incident.
I love Lil Wayne. I'm gonna say I love Lil Wayne, but his dreads need a little milk. I don't don't know if he's eating properly. I don't know what his diet is, but you got to eat your broccoli and asparagus if you want your dreads to hold on.
He should feed them directly to his dreads too. Like his dreads should all have a seat at the table. It's crazy. Oh man, I don't know how to feel. You know, I mean, they pardoned the bull. It went down like this. Basically, it was like the last hour. We're all sitting with suspense. Is this dude going to pardon himself? Is he going to pardon his mama? Is he going to pardon Mumia? Whoever it is. And we were just waiting, and literally, like right when it started to wind down, all of a sudden.
We're just getting information from the White House about the pardons. And I can tell you this, according to the White House, the president granted pardons to 73 individuals, commuted the sentences of another 70, so that's what, 143 acts of clemency by the president in the last hours of his administration.
That's a lot. In the final hour, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but I think this is where I got a little interested. I was like, oh, so who all is he pardoning? You know,
Kodak Black, Lil Wayne.
First of all, I don't want to say Kodak Black like that. What is Kodak Black? Why did you have to read it? Like, why did you have to read your notes? This Kodak Black. Man, Kodak Black.
Well, I mean,
you gotta read.
This is not MTV News. James John don't know who Kodak Black is. That man don't know who that is, man. He think Kodak Black is somewhere to take his film when you drop it off. he has no idea who Kodak Black is.
Are they still doing 1 hour photo? Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Is this where I could drop off my Kodak Black? You know, I don't know, man. But it gets crazy, man. These dudes is out there doing their thing. Lil Wayne and Kodak Black are living it up right now. They got pardoned, man. And I, for one, was sitting there wondering. I was like, well, why did they get pardoned? You know, what is it that Lil Wayne even did? And that was accidentally the video I showed before. This is what Lil Wayne was getting pardoned for, just in case you didn't know, because I didn't.
In December 2020, Lil Wayne, born Dwayne Michael Carter Jr., pled guilty to a federal gun charge. Per the New York Times, the charge comes from an incident in December 2019, where Lil Wayne illegally carried a gold-plated .45 caliber Glock handgun and ammunition as a felon while traveling on a private jet. Per the outlet, having been convicted of a gun charge in 2007, the BB King freestyle rapper would have faced up to 10 years in prison, according to the New York Times.
Well, you don't got to worry about that no more.
First of all, the block is hot. The block is hot. Give me the old Wayne back. That's who I want. I want the Wayne whose dreads was actually healthy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's back when the roots was like stimulated. His hair was real long. But I don't even remember that, Lil Wayne. I didn't even know he even carried guns, because I know the last time he carried a gun, he shot himself. So
is that right?
Yeah, he was like 9 years old. He was 9 years old. And he shot
right.
himself. Okay, you know the story about Lil Wayne. But I didn't even know. Like, nobody even cares. Like, where you been, Lane? I ain't.
Yeah, man.
Pardon was Tiger King, though. You heard about that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did hear about Tiger King. This dude wanted to get a pardon so bad. He just knew he was getting a pardon. And for some straight, you talking about the Tiger King. I think you're talking about this dude right here. I think I got him on here somewhere.
You got him? Let's see where he at.
I think I got him.
Carol back.
All right. So I think you're talking about the Tiger King, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tiger King. He just knew he was finna get him a pardon, man. He was already probably got himself all draped up, drove.
Look at his shirt open. Look at his little shirt open, Vince. Look at his little.
Yeah, look at him. Taco meat. I see what taco meat. His chest got a mullet. Oh, get it in. Well, Mr. Joe, look, you know whose fault this is. It's that god dang Carol Baskin. You know what I'm saying? Carol Baskin is the reason why
killed her husband, whacked him.
And here's a problem, man. Joe just sat here and watched them pardon Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, Suge Knight, them people, whoever that is.
Yeah. Snoop Dogg was secretly working with Trump's administration to get the original starter of Death Row Records, which we don't know his name. Like, we don't know his name.
That's the real gangster. Yeah.
Like, we don't know your name, but I'm glad you're free now. You know what I'm saying? But Suge is still in. So he fought to get that guy out, but Suge is still in there. So yeah, Death Row Records might be coming back. Just know I'll sign. Just know I'll sign.
You know who else is still in there is Joe Exotic. because he didn't get pardoned. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was too gay.
Yeah,
He was gay.
Oh, Joe Exotic says, I was too innocent and too gay.
Come
He
on.
deserved pardon from Trump. I only mattered to John Jr. when he needed to make a comment about me to boost his social media posts. Boy, we're all stupid to believe he actually stood for equal justice. I mean, his corrupt friends all come first. Oh, poor baby.
Tears of unfathomable sadness. Yummy, yummy, you guys.
Oh, poor baby. Oh, did he not get his pardon? Oh, Mr. Joe Exotic didn't get his pardon. I don't know why he thought he was getting pardoned. You don't know Trump, bro. Like, calm down. Like, the funny thing about it is kind of messed up that Lil Wayne, who all he did was shout Trump out. Like right before the election, he said, "Yeah, you know, I think I make a hiccup in there. Yes, said to me a little chuppy that did nothing to me. I got a lot of pardon that I'm looking for lit." You know what I'm saying?
Lick that pardon pop.
Young pardon, baby. Hey, but I just you know, it's his lawyer. It's his lawyer that got him because they got the same lawyer, him and Kodak Black. So this dude actually lobbied for the both of them, and I think he's the reason why they got off. But the funny thing is, the part that makes me a little upset, frankly, Gina, if I could, let me just talk to him for. Can I talk to him for a second? All right, listen. The part that makes me a little upset. Listen, no disrespect, Kodak. No disrespect, Young Money. No disrespect, Lil Weezy. You know, Young Baby, Birdman Jr., whatever you call yourself. But I just get the sense that somebody like you, who has a whole lot of money, who's got a whole lot of clout, who's got a whole lot of people that will stick out for him, probably don't necessarily need a pardon because you can probably pay for a good lawyer. You can probably pay for a good defense team. Unlike people right now that are locked up doing years upon years of time because they had a dime bag in the back seat, because they left their kid in the car while they went grocery shopping. While these folks is out here like literally trying to get their life back on track, they now have charges that will go with them till the grave because they cannot pay to get them expunged. We still got Breonna Taylor's boyfriend who is still trying to sue this dude for defending his life, for defending the life of his girl in a bed when they shot in on a no-knock warrant that they claim all of a sudden that they announced. Oh yeah, so you're going to announce yourself on what's actually called a no-knock warrant. It makes no sense. So while you're sitting here riding on your skateboard, doing all your little, drinking all your pink lemonade and your high-pitched Sprite, we got folks that actually need these pardons. You see, unlike Trump, who simply wanted to pardon people that liked him. You know what I'm saying? Because that's actually what happened. We know Trump basically just pardoned people that liked him. You know, the last administration actually pardoned not just 150 people, but darn near. Wrong slide. My bad. But darn near. You know what? I ain't got the slide, man. You know what?
Yeah, because you was dang near.
I was trying to hold it so hard, bro, because I was like, man, I know I got it. But we know that these folks before you, the Obamas, actually pardoned up to about 1,700 people that needed their sentences commuted. Like these are folks who had low charges, but were given high numbers just because there was nobody there to defend them. So I think that it's a little egregious. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that you're free, I suppose, and I'm looking forward to that next Gangsta Grizzle CD you're gonna come out with, or whatever it is, the Carter. But I'm just a little ticked at the fact that you get the pardon instead of a lot of folks that are locked up right now that could definitely use that pardon a lot more than somebody who could afford a lawyer who can lobby for your pardon. I'm not gonna lie, like it bothers me. Look at this. Barack Obama, who claimed clemency to 5% of those who participated, community sentences of 1,715, bruh. 1,715, not some 143 at the last minute because you want to be able to turn around and say, look, I support the blacks, okay? I love the Africans. Look at my African-American over there, Lil Wayne. Just so that you can tout to your party that you're not racist because you put a couple of folks that was well known out.
Kodak Black. I mean, I don't know how much racist you can get. You pick the blackest, ugliest ones out of all of us. Like, why would you pick them? I mean, if you're trying to represent for black people, you pick the wrong two black people because They black people, like them black people. Okay, we are African Americans. They are black. Okay, you need to free some African Americans. Lil Wayne is black. Look, this is black. He is black. Look at him, black. That's black. Look at this, black. Black. Look at this. Look, who got a bulletproof vest on in their own backyard? Black. He could free anybody else. At this point, I'll take Joe Exotic. Let him go back out here and take care of the lions, tigers, and bears. Because you could have kept Kodak. Kodak Black, ain't that the one that disrespected Nipsey Hussle and was like Lauryn Hill could get it or something like that, right?
Yeah, not Lauryn Hill, but Ron London, yeah.
Come on, and Lil Wayne, didn't he just say Black Lives didn't matter in like 2018?
Yeah, why do you think he's getting the pardon?
And that's because he knew he was getting a pardon. So let me go ahead and say Black Lives don't matter when actually dreads don't matter because yours needs some milk. I don't want to talk about it. I'm so upset. I'm so mad.
There's always been a Lil Wayne lyric that always stuck with me. Now, as much as I'm not gonna sit here and be a hypocrite and say like, oh, I don't like Lil Wayne. I listen to Lil Wayne.
I love Lil Wayne
music. Yeah.
Hold on. I love it. Just like I love R. Kelly. Let's get it together right here. Let's get it together. Now, Robert did his own crimes. Okay, Robert did that on himself. But R. Kelly made I Believe I Can Fly. Do you understand me? R. Kelly made I Believe I Can Fly. So y'all can have Robert. Keep Robert in there. But R. Kelly. I'm about to play the
Well, Lil Wayne, as you listen to his lyrics, he says a lot of dope stuff, but one time I remember, sometimes a lyric will stick out to you. And I'll never forget when he said, how do you say what never said? Beautiful black woman, I bet that chick look better red. And I was like, what does that mean? What did you try to say? Like dark is not beautiful? Sometimes you got to catch these little, these little.
Well, his baby mamas is light skinned, so.
Well, yeah, and I think all of the other baby mamas that are behind closed doors have lack of melanin.
Right. They do. Tanya, what's her name? Tanya Toya, the only black one. Reginae mama, because her name is Reginae. So her mama black. Her mama is black. Her name is Reginae.
Why you had to look at the camera and say?
Because I want the people to know that you know what I'm saying? You got a black baby mama if your firstborn is named Reginae. So he learned from that one, and he's like, let me get less melanin as I go, so I can get like a Tyler or
Jackson,
Kim or Sarah,
Clinton. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all good, man. Well, a couple other things are happening, man. A couple real quick, so we can keep moving. There is actually an impeachment trial set for 2 weeks from now. And just in case you forgot, the impeachment trial is because there was an insurrection. And one of the reasons why it's being floated, this trial, because it was already passed in the House. All right, 435 members of the House. Now they got to pass it in the Senate, which is 100 members in the Senate. And they're looking to see whether or not they're going to convict the president. If they convict the president, then that means that the ex-president, that means that he can't run for office anymore. Now, Gina, I want to ask you this real quick, and I don't know whether or not you have any insight into this or not, but I am of the belief that they should not. I think that they should let him run again. I don't think that they should convict him. I think that he should, because here's what's going to happen. If they do convict him, he will be basically a political martyr. He'll be able to wear that as a badge of honor. It will actually gem up his base, give him more popularity as an outsider, and then he will definitely be the kingmaker. I think he needs to be shamed. He needs to be not voted in by his own party. He needs to stay in existence so he can split up his own party. What say you, Gina? Any thoughts on that?
I don't even know how that works. So I'm gonna need you to ask your smart friends the next time, or let me know this is about to be a question so I can go ahead and do my research. So how I believe is, I don't care. Okay, I really miss him saying stupid stuff. Like, open his Twitter. I want to see what he's saying because I know he got something to say about Michelle's curls. I know he got something to say about the Bush. I know he got something to say about Bush being there and finding Michelle still. To be honest with you, I don't know what they gonna do with him, Vince. Just bring them back somehow so we can have some entertainment. That's all I'm saying.
All right, come on. All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean. Okay. I keep forgetting about your degree from the International Academy of Hair and
Cosmetology. Thank you. Yeah. You know what to ask me, Vince? You should have asked me about Michelle hair. You should have asked me about the new First Lady's mask because it was matching her outfit. Lady Gaga's bird. But you want to ask me about impeachment?
Okay, my bad.
I don't know.
Let me go back to the all right. Well, let me ask you this then. Do you know who this is?
Now you better not play with me now. I know who that is. That's the Crypt Keeper, ain't it?
Oh my God! Come on, no, bro. That's Larry the King, man. That's Larry the King. That's Martin Larry the King right there, bro. Martin Larry the King unfortunately passed away over the weekend, y'all. R.I.P. to Larry King, broadcaster, CNN, died at the tender age of 87. There's, he was just a spring chicken. You know what I'm saying?
Ahead of him.
Just out there doing his thing, and they were saying that he passed away peacefully in his sleep, just like unfortunately this gentleman right here. Yeah. Well, this dude right here is unfortunately passed as well. Mr. Hank Aaron himself. He actually did pass this weekend. Sad as we look into the world of sports, we got Tom Brady winning for Tampa.
Oh my God!
This dude right here, talk about pioneers. And I mean, unfortunately, it was a home run king, and he was one of these folks who came in the early days in which he actually started in the Negro League. Yes. And he transitioned into the major leagues. Yes. And of course, when you do that, you face all kind of racism. You get spit at, you get called all kind of names, but you persevere, and then you make it okay so that you can eventually have the Derek Jeters of the world. You know what I'm saying? So he
killed Babe Ruth with one home run. It was just black magic.
Thank you. Come on, black boy. Hit him up. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit of controversy around Mr. Hank. Aaron. Yeah, a little bit. Just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. All right, Mr. Hank Aaron, as you know, he did pass this weekend, died at the age of 86. Okay. And one of the things that's kind of been floating out there is the fact that he did, just a few weeks ago, take the vaccine for COVID-19. Like just 2.5 weeks before he died at the tender age of 86. He joined the civil rights icons to spread, to receive this COVID-19 vaccine. He wanted to spread the word to the black community that the shots were safe in the midst of the devastating pandemic. But unfortunately,
that's died, man. Come on.
Yeah, that's not the best I got endorsements when you that ain't you go out there to basically debunk a myth and ultimately end up dying. Sorry, sad to see it happen, but it did happen, which brings up a whole nother can of worms, because now we're like, well, dang, I was just now getting comfortable with the idea of taking a vaccine. Even though just recently, as of earlier this month, we started doing over a 9/11 a day when it comes to coronavirus. And it's a funny thing that that's happening now. It's skyrocketing despite there being a new administration, which some people thought it was a hoax. It was going to go away after November 3rd. We now see that we are over 400,000 lives lost to coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? It's ugly. And we're probably going to hit 500,000 in the next couple months. Now, the thing about it that's I guess a little weird is that there are a lot of conspiracy theories out there basically talk about how maybe these aren't all deaths from corona, or maybe these numbers are being chopped up. There's a whole bunch of stuff, especially when it comes to the vaccine. I mean, we know that our people, especially us melanated folks, we scared when it comes to the vaccine. We don't really know, especially after Tuskegee, and folks.
I ain't turning into no spider. I can tell you that right now. I ain't turning into no spider. I don't even like spiders. So I'm not even about to be all of that. I'm not doing it.
All right, if it's going to turn,
you will, you little nerd. I know you're going to be bit by a spider and turn into a Incredible Hulk or somebody.
Look, bro, you want me to bring back the video of you this morning when you gave us the flash dance? Because keep talking trash.
Move on, sir. Let's go. One vaccine, sir.
I got it. Let's go to the tape. I'll just play. Nah, but yeah, man. I mean, if there's a radioactive shot out there, I would be willing to take it. But there's a lot of folks that don't even know. First of all, let's just keep it real. Tuskegee wasn't them experimenting on black people. It was them. I mean, it was them experimenting to an extent, but it wasn't them experimenting with the vaccine. It was experimenting with whether or not they should actually be told about the syphilis that they had, and they didn't. So they ended up spreading it to the neighborhoods and all that in the third. Well, I'm here to say that I'm still on the fence. I was ready to get it, but I just didn't want to be one of the first people. But it is good to hear from people who actually have taken the vaccine.
Oh, come on,
I think
please.
I think we are in good graces this morning. If I'm not mistaken, we do have the honor of having a young lady who can give us a little more insight as to what it actually feels like and is like to get the vaccine. This young lady right here, just in case you did not know, is a pediatric critical care physician, an ICU doctor, one and the same, a UVA undergrad, University of Virginia, and also went and got her medical degree from Duke University, not some honorary degree, Mr. Cosby, an actual medical degree.
Oh, she's smart.
Yeah, she's smart. She actually was working up in the Philadelphia area at the Children's Hospital doing what she does. And she recently did get the vaccine herself.
Jesus, Lord.
She sure did. Yes. So I want y'all to help me welcome somebody that I have come to look up to. This is young Dr. Jessica Fowler, everybody.
Vince's cousin, y'all. Clap it up for Vince's cousin.
Now, see, I told you not to.
Clap it up for Vince's cousin, because that's who she is, and she's beautifuler than him. Clap it up for Jessica, Vince's cousin.
See, we're not supposed to say that. We're supposed to, make it seem like we
keeping it real in this administration. You heard Biden. We telling everything. We telling the truth in this administration. This is Vince's cousin, Jessica. She's smart. She's beautiful. And she about to tell us about the vaccine.
How you doing there, cuz?
Y'all have me in this morning. I'm doing great. Glad to be here hanging out.
Oh, we glad to see you, Jess. All right. Well, so for those of y'all that don't know, this is my cousin Jess, and I wasn't going to call. If I had known you was going to do that, I would have uploaded the baby pictures, of us growing up in St. Louis.
Don't do her like that.
Yeah, I would have went ahead and did it big. But Jessica, thank you so much, Doctor. You know what I like about cuz too? She's not one of these. That's Dr. Jessica. When you approach me, cuz like she ain't one of them. You know what I'm saying? Look, I earned this. But she still totes it. She rocks it well. How are you doing this morning, Dr. Fowler? Good to see you. What's up?
I am doing great. Glad to be hanging out with y'all today. Can't complain. Things are good. I'm here in Philadelphia, relaxing. Had the morning off, so excited to be hanging out with you all.
Oh, thank you. And she had the wherewithal to spend it with us. You poor thing.
You ain't got nothing better to do, girl.
You can't get back. Yes, I'm so sorry about that, man. But yeah, man. So it is nice to have you on, because there are a lot of people, Gina, who say they definitely not going to take the vaccine. No matter what you say, they definitely not going to take it. And I've seen you already setting the example for the family out there, showing that you're getting that needle in the arm right quick and making sure that folks are aware that it is safe. It is good for you to have if you can get it, but you're also a healthcare worker. So you're ahead of the line. You know what I'm saying? You get the, you showed up first to the Conway to get your St. Paul, and we was still in line. We still in line. Gina laughing. She don't even know what we talking about. She
wait, now bread and fish. I know Jesus.
Huh? No, St. Paul is all right. You know what? Never mind.
First of all, you got a doctor on here. Okay, I went to cosmetology school. Stop doing this to me.
It's a St. Look, you know what? We're just gonna keep it moving. We just gonna keep it moving. I'm curious to know, cause what is it that made you? Because I know even though you're in the profession where you see a lot of stuff happening with the COVID, and you get to cut through all of the BS that's out there in certain sectors of the media where they try to distort some things. Like I literally had a lady the other day come up to me and tell me, that those numbers, they're all fake, because everybody who dies in the morgue, they all put COVID on there because they get more money for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you hear these stories or not, but you on the front line, like literally in the emergency room, in ICU, you see things we don't see. What are some of the experiences that you could kind of share with us that will give us an insight as to what it is that you're exposed to that make you so much more susceptible to it, and us so ignorant to the actual, severity? I'm trying to use big words here, but I'm running out of them.
The doctor talk.
Yeah, you got it.
I think that's a really, really good question. And I think there are a couple of elements that have made this, I think, a very scary time for a lot of people. So, for us who are on the front lines taking care of patients, every time things came out and changed, if you look at the beginning of March, and how does it spread? If you cough, how far are the germs going to go? If you touch a surface, is it going to last there? And while people were sort of at home wiping things down, buying up toilet paper, those of us who are on the front lines were every day having to adjust to make sure that we would be protected so that we could care for the people who were coming in. I think one of the things that's really notable is just the fear that people have. There are so many individuals, and we've talked about this a lot, at my hospital and the adult hospital next door, there are so many individuals who have counted in their family 1 person, 5 people, 25 people who have died. And so even, for the families I see come in, their kids aren't that sick initially, but there is so much fear about what might happen, what could happen. And some of them are carrying experiences of individuals that they've lost. And so I think for those of us on the front line, in addition to just trying to do what we can to take care of people physically, there's a whole nother weight of responsibility of trying to reassure people with whatever information we do have, to let them know, okay, this is what we do know, this is what we don't know, and this is how we can help you. I think one of the other hardest things is that folks have been limited in who they can actually have in the hospital with them. So you will see a scared child who can only have one parent at the bedside. You will see an older individual whose children cannot see them in their last days. And the number of nurses, respiratory therapists, doctors who have held the hands of dying individuals with no family around is devastating. And I think that's just me in the hospital. When you talk about those who are actually out responding to 911 calls, whether it's firefighters or EMS workers, they're even more so at risk of being exposed. And those are individuals that have families. They've got to go back home and take care of their kids. On their days off, they're working with their kids doing school via Zoom. So I think there's definitely a different risk of exposure for those of us who are caring for these patients.
Man, that's crazy. Gina, did you have any questions for the doctor? The doctor? Not my cousin.
Dr. Cousin.
Dr. Cousin.
It's, what, and how do you, okay, this is not one of my questions, but when you were taking your statement, I was like, let me ask her, how is that feeling to know that only one parent is allowed, or to know that no one is allowed with these people while they're, either in pain or just scared? Like you said, to me, it's like a mental thing. Once you know you got it, now here comes all the you just going through all the motions, just like reading Google, as a doctor. Sorry, doctor, we don't call y'all, we go on Google. So how does it feel, knowing that that's happening in these hospitals? Do you take that home?
I think so. I think a lot of care workers do. And I'll say, my experience as a doctor in the ICU with children, there's a different weight that I deal with all of the time. But we talk a lot about, if you have a patient at the end of life, there's something that you try to do in honoring the way that they exit this world. And part of that is making it sort of a situation where they can know that they are loved and know that they are not alone. And it is an awful feeling for these individuals to know that they actually are alone. I think that is usually, to be honest, there's a family member, there's a daughter, there's a son, there's a spouse, there's a parent that can be there sort of helping hold the fear that, let's say, a patient has. But now I think the healthcare workers are the ones holding that fear. So there's definitely been a different toll. You take that with, healthcare workers are experiencing the same isolation that those who are having to hang out at home or work from home or not being able to see their families are. So whereas usually you'd be able to process that with people, folks are really carrying that and knowing that they're going back in the next day to see the same thing. So it's definitely challenging, definitely difficult.
Wow. You better, Vince, with the more you know. You have a question, or am I going next? Am I?
Nah. Let's do it. First of all, I'm gonna need you to lower your case.
Okay,
she over here like give it like it's my fault. Like she tried to. You know what? Let me move on. We have some questions. Look, cuz if it's okay with you, we have some questions that we asked some of the folks who happen to follow our page to ask. We said that we were going to have a doctor on, and there were some folks who had some questions that they wanted to ask the doctor. Now, I do have to not warn you, but just give you a heads up that some of the people that follow us are real stupid. So some of these questions are completely ignorant, and we just want to apologize from the outset if any of this stuff is completely out of line, especially for a family member I'm insulted already before I even say anything. All right, so
I hope you read.
I'll go first. I'll go first, Gina. I'll go first, and then you can take the next one. I'll just put it up there, and you can take it out. Yeah, man. Yeah, all right. Oh my God, these are so dumb, man. I can't believe, yo. All right, whatever.
Come on.
Right, all right, Jonathan Koresh in Waco, Texas wants to know: have you been followed home since injecting the tracking device?
That is a really good question. You know, when I tell people, there's no stupid question. So I'm glad you asked that question. You know, a lot of people have been worried that there is some kind of tracking device in this vaccine. And I've actually talked with a couple of our staff at the hospital and gone through every single ingredient. We could talk a little bit more about that. But there's no tracking device. What I will tell you is the way people know what's going on in your life is by your cell phone. So I don't know how many of y'all have, you know, different I literally have been running through trying to turn off the things that Facebook is following on me, etc. So no, I have not been followed home. There's no tracking device in there. Actually, one of our infectious disease specialists, the CMO of the adult hospital next door at Penn, talked about the fact that he's like, you know what, my wife always knew where I was, and she always knew where I am. And it's not because of the tracking device. He's like, it's because she follows me on my phone. So I think people really do have a sincere worry about that. But it's interesting the amount of information we are willing to let Google sell when we, you know, search for a new toy or technology. So no, I have not been followed home.
Yeah, and it's hilarious. The 5G towers somehow will give you COVID, but you'll still use your phone to post about it, and they're tracking you with the phone. You know what I'm saying? He said nothing about that strip on the back of your driver's license. He said none of that stuff, but no, I'm gonna inject myself with a GPS device when I'm holding one in my pocket 24 hours.
Crazy baby daddy. That could be the crazy baby daddy too.
Gina, all right, we got one for you. I'll put it up.
Oh Lord, I gotta read. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, let's see, who is this? Don. Oh Lord, from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Lord, Don, Rochelle, when do you plan to tell God? I'm sorry. When do you plan to tell God? First of all, you got to plan to tell God something that's hilarious. But when do you plan to tell God? Wait, that you accepted the mark of the beast. It's not funny. It's not funny, but it's funny because I don't know when you're telling God anything.
Yeah. So actually, this first makes me think about a story. So we're a family of 5. My parents and I have 2 siblings. And we went and did, I think Vince knows this, 2 Thanksgivings ago, went and got tattoos together. And my dad did not get a tattoo. And the whole time he was praying, talking about, the mark of the beast, Lord, forgive him, etc. So this is actually an interesting question to me.
Okay.
As a believer, as a Christian. Now, it's interesting. When I first posted about doing the vaccine, about taking the vaccine, I actually made it a point to say that I spent time praying about it, because I think that when things are new and when things are different, we, you know, people that look like us, there is a lot of reason to have a mistrust of things in medicine. And Vince talked about Tuskegee. We could talk about tons and tons of different stories that we could recount where our people have been experimented on, unfairly not treated, which is what happened in the Tuskegee studies, excluded from studies, used different types of scales for whether or not we can be on transplant lists, et cetera. We could go down the line. So I think there's a real reason to have mistrust. So the questions are funny, but I think they really come from a place of being worried about the consequences of this. First, I would say to our girl in Georgia, Lawrenceville, we got family down there, is that, you know, I really don't have to tell God because he's omniscient and omnipresent and he already knows. So that's the one thing. I think the other part of it is that, you know, I really did pray and had a peace about it. So if you're a person of faith, I would always, I mean, this shouldn't be a different way of how you normally process things. I think spend some time, pray about it, whoever it is you talk to, if there's a leader, a spiritual leader that you trust who has real knowledge, actual facts. I think that makes sense. So you want to have peace about your decision.
True. Good answer. Just keeping it moving. Next question on the docket is, why do people pass out after taking the shot? Logan Gerard in Allentown, Pennsylvania wants to know.
Yeah. What's up, Logan? You're not too far from me. So it's interesting. A lot of people have worried about sort of side effects or reactions to the vaccine. And in terms of the most common actual real adverse side effects, there's effects that you expect to happen. That's part of how the vaccine works. And then there's sort of adverse, meaning unexpected or unwanted side effects. And the biggest one of that is allergic reactions. And that's about 1 in 100,000 people will have an allergic reaction. And that will not be a life-threatening allergic reaction. So that could be that there's some part of the vaccine. So I told you there's like some sugars, some salts, and some fats mixed with this thing called mRNA that go through the vaccine. So polyethylene glycol, for example, is something that some people know they're allergic to. So if you've had reactions to vaccines in the past, you're maybe at risk of having a reaction to this vaccine. So sometimes allergic reactions can cause your blood pressure to get low, which can cause you to pass out. The more likely thing is a lot of people have a fear of needles. And you can have this response that we call quickly vasovagal, which basically means a moment where sort of the blood kind of rushes out of your head and you sort of freaking out. And then if you stand up after a vaccine and you've been really nervous or anxious, you may pass out. I work at a hospital where we vaccinate people from, 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. We have had very few, cannot think of any stories of people actually passing out. There are definitely people who have, been a little bit flushed, and we've had maybe one actual severe allergic reaction.
Wow.
That's good. That's good. Gina, I'll give this next question to you, man. This one is from, well, let's just put it up, see what it says.
I'm about to say, I got a good one too. Who this? Daniel, Lord Jesus, Texas, what up, though? Houston, baby. Does the vaccine protect you against the new strands of COVID-19?
It's a good question. That's a really good question. And this has been a really big worry, especially because as soon as we were rolling out the vaccine, news came from the UK, et cetera. So one of the things that I love, and I love being able to share this knowledge, is I work in a hospital where the University of Pennsylvania, where they actually developed the technology for this vaccine decades ago. So a lot of people think it's new, but it's been around. The technology's been around for a long time. And I sit under some infectious disease doctors who actually sit on the FDA approval. So that being said, very regularly, we're able to get sort of factual updates. And in our meeting about, not last week, but the week before, they talked about sort of these new strains. And there's a strain from the UK, there's a strain from South Africa, there's some strains in South America as well. And there's a question of whether or not these strains are so different that the vaccine won't protect. So far, what we know is that the vaccine should protect. So for those who get the flu shot, what they do is they sort of match what we call the proteins or the markers that cause you to have a reaction to help you protect you against getting sick. So the way the vaccine works is it's got something that something called mRNA, which basically produces a reaction in your body as if you have the virus. It does not have any virus in it to help you build up a response to it. And so far, what we think and what they found is that the response you get from that mRNA is similar enough that it should still protect you against these new strains. Now, 100% is not known, so it's going to be something that they continue to watch. What I think it's important to know is that the strains that hit the US had already been a little bit different from each other. So what hit New York versus what hit Seattle, they had already seen mutations in the virus. And so the hope is that this technology is such that we will still have protection.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, yo, you said, what did you say? mRNA?
Yeah, mRNA.
Yeah.
That sounds real fancy, man. That sounds like a rapper. Don't yo, young mRNA, son. Yeah, I mean, I feel you. Let's just keep it moving. All right. A couple more questions, cuz, and then we'll go ahead and let you go off and save lives, whatever that BS it is that you got to do. All right, this was completely. I'm sorry. This one's dumb. All right, I guess. All right, Chris Khalifa in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania wants to know. He says, "I'm afraid of needles. Can I just drink or smoke the vaccine?"
That's a great question.
Doctor, you
ain't gotta answer that.
Doctor she is just Dr. Jessica. You are just
I would always rather people ask than just go out and say, something different. So unfortunately, the way it's got to get delivered to you to actually have the reaction you need, you can't smoke it and you can't take it orally. There are a couple of vaccines like the polio virus back in the day. When me and your hosts were younger, we probably took an oral, there's oral polio virus for that. Rotavirus, which protects young kids from different types of diarrhea illnesses, those are oral, but it's because they target the areas where you're gonna have a reaction. So unfortunately, smoking or taking it by mouth or drinking it is not gonna be the way to actually build up an adequate immune response.
Plus, they don't got no vaccine at the dispensary, Chris. You can't just walk up and get a dime bag of vaccine, homeboy. Like, that ain't how it works.
It's that Crypto Chronicle vaccine.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, who raised you, bro? Like, this is, man. This ain't the Chronic 2021, man. What you?
Anyway. OG vaccine, please. Let me get that OG vaccine cut.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I wish.
I wish, Brad. Hey, last question.
Vaccine before it came out. I'm just telling you.
Hey, I'm guaranteeing you that if you go to the dispensary, there is a strand of indica called COVID-19, and it is sold out. I promise you. They, oh, is that good weed? No, that's just COVID. You know,
That's vaccine, baby.
You can't tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? Gina, this is the last question to the doc, so we can let her go back and serve.
Well, do I have a question?
Go ahead, Gina. You got a question?
I do.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, G.
You know, Vince be trying to take over everything. Now, I know that's your cousin, doctor, but I'm just going to let you know, this is off the record. Your cousin be doing too much, okay? I be like, girl. Okay, doctor. Okay, let me get right, because you a doctor, and we professional. Okay, so this is my question right here. I'm about to pull it up so that you can see, because I was nervous now. Okay, look right here. I don't know if you can see. The cruise lines say only vaccinated passengers can sail. Now, you know we ready to get up out of here.
I know.
First boat. I was trying to be on the first one. Because you know what I'm saying? Now, since we ain't going to America to build nothing, I was trying to get on the first boat coming. But I seen that you have to be vaccinated in order to sail. Do you foresee schools, cruise ships, airlines mandating you have the vaccine in order to be anywhere near any of those things?
That's a really good question. This has actually come up even at our hospitals, because employees have wondered, am I going to have to get the vaccine to keep working? Right now the vaccine is under something called emergency authorization use, which means that all of the studies were done, all of the data was reviewed, but given the urgency of getting this vaccine out to people, there was sort of a faster process in moving things through to get this out to people so that we could hopefully stop dying from COVID. Okay. Because it's still under emergency authorization use, I think what you'll find is that it's not going to be something that can be truly mandated. Now, what's hard is that private companies can do what they want. And they probably would rather require people to have the vaccine than deal with the risk of having to, either be sued or deal with other things that could happen if someone gets the vaccine. I don't think it will happen in schools. This vaccine has still not been tested in kids under age 16. But I think individuals are going to be encouraged to do so eventually when that happens. Right now, if you go to college, there are certain vaccines you have to have. So I think while it's under emergency authorization use, you will not see it being mandated for things like school or your job, though for some private things that may start to happen. I think what's also important to note is that we're not going to have real sort of protection as a full society until we have, some people say 60% and 90%. Mostly what I've heard is 70% of people need to get the vaccine. So what I would tell folks is, for me, when I'm out, I'm still wearing a mask. I'm still, social distancing. I'm still trying to be very careful and intentional, keeping my hands clean, watching, because I know that I am 95% protected from getting COVID at this point. But we know that we don't have sort of protection for the community at large. And so I still don't want to put anybody at risk if I were to carry it, not get sick from it, and pass it on.
Oh my God,
that's the thing. That you could so you don't get vaccinated and then you straight, like you can still carry it. You still gotta wear the mask. You still gotta social distance. I thought that when you get the vaccine, that you're a little safer. Like you could get into that mosh pit. With Kodak Black or whatever. But I guess not.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. So I think you are safer, meaning that I should not get sick. I'm 95% protected actually from getting the virus at all. So that is true. What people don't know is it possible that you could still be sort of an asymptomatic carrier or pass that along? And that's the studies that are continuing to be followed. So you should be good. But again, because we don't have most people vaccinated, and because we still want to be sure that we're protecting one another, what has gone forward is that even right now, if you're vaccinated, given that we do not have sort of what we call herd immunity, meaning there's not enough people that have gotten the vaccine to still practice the measures to protect folks.
Wow.
Oh, wow. I don't know about herd immunity, but I know about nerd immunity, boy. Hey, what's up, Spider-Man? What's up, Captain America? What's going on?
I knew it. See? I told you he wanted to be a spider. I told you.
Yo, she know that, man. She know from when I was a kid.
Turn me to one, please, Doc. Please. Is there any way y'all can come up with something to turn Vince Taylor into Captain America? I don't care who he is. Let him be a Marvel or somebody. Please. No, H2N2. What's the little robot name? H2N. What's his name?
R2D2.
There you go.
You say H2N2? Yo, I'm gonna turn into WikiLeaks if you keep talking, man. We're gonna release.
I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who that is.
You got any more questions, Gina?
I really, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just keep it real. You really kind of eased me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I still think, y'all doctors out there with the Illuminati. I still think you, Dr. Jessica, might be rocking with Hove and Jay-Z. I feel it.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of diamonds.
But you eased me up a little bit, Doc. You did.
Come on.
Let me say this real quick. To be 100%, just keep it 100. I was actually very hesitant when information first came out about the vaccine. And I like to tell people that when they were like, hey, the vaccine's coming out, it's going to be quick. I was like, pause, miss me with that. Like, I'm going to wait for most of the people in my hospital to get it. I'm going to wait. And actually, some of my colleagues, those of us in the ICU taking care of patients, had a lot of conversations about it. And what helped me is I was really worried that it was rushed. So hearing that the technology that was used had been in the works for decades, that the last SARS, that we had heard about, they had already been working on this, made me feel better. Knowing that there was a sister working on the Moderna part, knowing, which was, shout out to Moderna, knowing that we actually had people that looked like us in the studies. So this is probably one of the most diverse patient populations that they had in a study was helpful. Knowing that over 30,000 people, both for Pfizer and Moderna, had been in these studies. So that's a lot of people. If we're going to see reactions to vaccines, it's usually going to be in the moment or days or maybe up to about a week and a half. And so all of that information really helped me feel better. The other thing I tell people is that most things with the government, for anybody who's dealt with any public service things, take forever, right? You got to wait for work. There's all kinds of stuff that takes forever. Well, when you think about COVID, it was at the top. So all that paperwork gets shifted. All the funding people usually have to raise wasn't an issue for them. So there's a lot of things that were able to expedite the process without shortcutting the safety. And I think for me, that really made me feel a lot better about it.
That got me sad. I don't know. I might get...
okay. Hey, man, go ahead and get that mark of the beast.
I don't want to say, for us who are dying, I want us to have access to the stuff that's been the most studied. And so Pfizer and Moderna are out right now and they're available. And so I think that, again, if you read up on the information, if you're feeling more at peace about it, I don't want us to miss out on the best. I don't want us waiting for the next version that isn't quite as effective and isn't quite as good when right now we have the opportunity to be protected because we are dying. For white individuals, it's about 95 per 100,000. For Black individuals, it's like 230 per 100,000. We're 200 times more likely to die from COVID than we are to have any reaction to the vaccine. And that's really deep. So, think about it as you're processing. If you need to pray about it, pray about it. You know what I mean? If you need to do something to calm yourself with what you drink or, whatever, before you get it, do what you need to do. But I want us to be protected.
So is there any legitimacy to this whole doctors that would take a comorbidity, and say somebody who had, I don't know, asthma, and then they have an accelerated death as a result of COVID? Is there any legitimacy to doctors and hospitals and morgues that will actually put that on there as a comorbidity, but it actually it statistically would be counted as a COVID death? Is that like happening a lot? I'm noticing that actual just sole COVID deaths are lower than the comorbidity deaths.
Yeah.
So where you see, is it a thing? Is that something that we should be aware of, or what's up?
That's a really good question. So it is not happening that morgues are just tagging COVID on random people to get money. That's not how the system works. It is true, though, that because we've still been learning about COVID and trying to understand it, that if a patient has COVID, that is reported in their death certificate. So it doesn't mean that it's a death from COVID, but it may be death in a patient who had COVID. And so I think that that's important distinction to make. And depending on how the numbers that you see, what they're really looking at, and they often report are COVID-related deaths. So, for example, if you have asthma, if you have high blood pressure, if you have kidney disease, we know that if you get COVID, it is going to exacerbate or make all those things worse, and you're going to be at more risk of dying. It's one of the reasons that we, as Black people, we carry a lot of those issues, unfortunately. And it's one of the reasons that one of many reasons that we have been dying faster. So there is a sense in which COVID being a part of your full picture is reported. And I think part of that is we don't want to miss anything. So you don't want to say, oh, it probably wasn't the COVID, right? I think I would have a big issue as a physician And as someone who reads research and participates and writes research papers to say that wait, how can we just ignore the fact that COVID was a part of this story? So I think it's important to distinguish that sometimes it's a patient who had COVID that we know died from something else, but we want to be sure that we capture all the information we can so that we're not missing something.
And do the hospitals actually benefit from COVID deaths? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, I wish. Unfortunately, to be honest, there's not a benefit. So most folks are out of resources. A lot of what we call sort of elective procedures. So you know what I'm saying, like things that aren't emergent but that need to be done have gone down. So a lot of hospitals there are hospitals that have closed because of lack of resources. There are hospitals that have had to furlough or fire people. So we are not out here getting rich off COVID. To be honest, it has been a real balancing effect of ensuring we have enough resources to take care of people. And making sure, the economy takes a hit, it hits on the healthcare side too, to be honest. So, yeah.
Wow.
Anything, Gina?
No, man. Like I do feel a little better. It's strange. I do feel a little better. I do like the fact that you stated, doctor, get this one now while they put all like the money and all the resources, like everybody was working on it at one time. I really that touched me for some reason, because I'm thinking like the next time one come out, they're gonna be like, look, we got the little leftovers. Y'all better go and get this little leftover vaccine we got over here and warm these up and eat them and be happy. So I think I'm with you. When the turkey is done and the dressing is ready to eat, don't wait.
Don't wait.
Everybody done got their plate, because you might not get the goods. That's just how I put things in perspective. Now, I didn't really go to school outside of high school. I'm doing psychology. So I got to put things, for me. So I feel like get your dressing and turkey now, because later on, everybody done breathed on it, they done got in it, and you ain't gonna get the good juices. That's how I feel.
This is not Thanksgiving vaccines, man. Why are you making them out to be like Big Mama's house is serving up Moderna? It's just like, why you got me hungry for a vaccination shot right now? Like
that's what we should be. We really should be hungry for vaccination. If it can help us, and as this beautiful African American female doctor has explained to us, we died. So if it was brought to us like a Thanksgiving dinner, I think more than half of us would have been out there in line for free turkey. I'm just saying. If you would have told me like that, I might would have been there.
So it's like, I got greens, beans, potatoes, beans, vaccine. You name it. So Gina, hit her with this last question, Gina. Last question for Dr. Fowler, so she can go save somebody's life.
How dope was it to? You know what? First of all, I'm gonna just keep it real. This is from Vince. This ain't from nobody from no. This is from Vince Taylor, and Vince Taylor wants to put the question back. I can read it. How dope was it to know Vince Taylor, as Vince Taylor talking, Vince Taylor growing up in St. Louis? He's the best. That's from Vince Taylor.
That is a great question, yo. So many people you had no idea how many times I had to keep that question at bay, because there's so many people ask that question. I don't know what it is, man. I'm just curious, man. What's that like?
I gotta be honest. It is you got to laugh a whole lot. What I love about our family is I think, especially when the kids are growing up, they are celebrated for who they are. And having Vinny as a big cousin, you knew somebody was gonna laugh for you. Vinny, let you have fun, and he was great big cousin. He looked out. It's hilarious. I loved it.
What you laughing at, G?
Vinny, wait a minute. Did you just give him an Italian? Y'all call him Vince. Let me find out that you part of the Godfather series. Are you out here? People sleeping with the fishes, because Vinny. Wow. So they call you Vinny. Okay. So wait, so you're older. So you're the little cousin, Vince?
I'm the older
you're the big cousin?
He's a big cousin.
I think I'm like the third or fourth oldest cousin left over.
You're a vampire.
Yeah.
You're a vampire, because you don't look like you just turned 41 or whatever. Because you the big cousin.
Well, I mean, I am now. I ain't always been. You know what I'm saying? I was little too at some point in time, man. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna need you to get your big little cousin right here is over you right now. She's a doctor. Get it together, big cousin. You're supposed to be an example.
Yo, I always look up to my little cousins, man. They all doing big things. My family, especially in St. Louis, ain't no joke, man. These folks ain't sitting around waiting for the word to come to them. They out there in the world bringing in what they need to. And I'm so proud of my cousin Jess. And Jess, I know in addition to you being a doctor at multiple noteworthy facilities, you also are a AKA, hallelujah, out there doing your little sorority step, you know what I'm saying? So I know you, for one, got some sort of opinion about this new little vice president of ours out there with the little ski wheat.
Yes!
I see your pearls. Let me tell you, just I would say as a woman of Alpha Kappa Alpha, we always walk tall. We're walking taller. You're not gonna be able to tell me nothing for the next 4 years, not even just the next 4 years, period. Always been the first and finest. But one thing that's been really cool, we have a lot of Greek folks in our family, has just been the celebration of, I feel like it's a celebration of Black excellence. And so I love it. I love being connected to her. I've been rocking my my necklace for the last last few weeks, just in anticipation. It was decked out last week on Wednesday, and you know what I mean? You know what it is.
Let me find out you out here a little conceited, Doc, because you was humble when you came on with the vaccine question. And once the AKA popped up, you was like, first of all, we already first. I'm already in the most light-skinned of this crew possible.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
But my cousin Tava, rest her peace, was an AKA. So I already know it's about the creme de la creme. You guys are known as the top notch, even though my niece is a Sigma. No. I got a niece as a Delta and got a niece as a Zeta. I can't even put on their jackets. I try to put on my cousin's Delta jacket. She doggone it came from the kitchen all the way to the living room and
your jacket moving and ran.
Yes, I can't drive it on. And she's like, no. You cannot touch my. I was like, so y'all, you know what? I'm gonna let y'all little coke go ahead and go on because y'all are serious out here in these streets. But if I ever pledge, though, it would be for the pink and green.
You acting like that would take you, man. You ain't no. Come on, man. Calm down.
They might think my baby hairs is laid. Stop hating.
Nah, bro, you Delta material, man. You one of them. You would be one of them mixed fraternities, mixed sororities. It's like co-ed. You know what I'm saying? Like one of them PWI campuses. Where it's like, oh look, everybody's welcome, everybody,
You're right. Because I am loud. Y'all would be done. I do need to be like a Delta. Because they so you're right. You're right. AKAs, you guys are like, you guys are really.
Listen, no disrespect. I know you, AKA, my sister's AKA, my mom's an AKA,
wow.
and Rhonda, and cousin Erica is an AKA. I mean, we got AKAs deep in the family. I mean, I even heard, man, Bernie Sanders was an AKA.
You know what?
I'm just playing. But yeah, I told her because I was like, listen, I love y'all because y'all family, but I couldn't stand the AKAs when I was in FAMU because y'all false flag so hard, bro. Y'all sit there and be like, hey, you're gonna come to be out there? I'm gonna be there. You can talk to me when you get there. I'm like, oh, for real? You gonna be there? You gonna talk to me when okay, I'll come. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get out there, like, hey, what's up? So you remember me? Who is he still there? Is he still there? Will you tell him that I ain't got I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't know. I've always had like a low key, I don't know, a little inhibition towards it. But good to know that I got a few on the inside. Hallelujah.
Got you inside. Come on, allies.
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, cuz Gina, unless you have anything else, I was gonna go ahead and let cuz go.
I like Jessica, doctor. I like doctor.
Yeah, and she know about VA. She stayed in VA for a while.
You know what? Yeah. I don't know, Doc. You really just, for real though, in real life, I really, really, really appreciate you coming on here and being insightful for us because, those that don't know needed somebody like you, whether they hear from us here or whether they're at your hospital, however they hear, to come from somebody like you, it eases my mind because I'm so happy you're not a pastor that came on here and you preached it because I didn't see. Now, come on, I'm so happy that he had beautiful, smart people in his family that he can bring on here because we don't know nobody else. But I appreciate you coming on here, though.
My pleasure.
I think she may be a pastor.
Y'all think you a pastor too? Wait a minute. No pastor and no AKA. You can't be on 3 of these now. I know you was Illuminati. I knew it.
Look, it don't matter. You a pastor, you a AKA, you a doctor, nurse, you a EMT. As long as you trying to save us from that
Coronavirus.
you good with me. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters, because ain't nobody trying to be out here with that. And if you do mess around, catch it, especially after we did this broadcast where we told you the truth.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
And that's just how it is. Thank you so much, Jess. Appreciate you. We will go ahead and let you fly with the rest of the doctors and the AKAs and the light-skinned and all of that good stuff, man. Appreciate you. We'll see you at the cookout this year. Deuces.
Thank you so much, doctor.
Yo, I think it's a good idea if we can go ahead. Yo, how much you gotta love my cousin, right? I mean,
Listen
come on, man.
I really wanted you to leave. Like, I really wanted you to leave. I really wanted it to be me and the doctor. Like, I felt me and the doctor had a connection, and you was still here. I was like, why is it?
Come on,
me, Dr. Jessica, with me? No,
all right, fair enough. Well, look, I can still leave, bro. If you want me to, you know what I'm saying? Or,
I'm just saying. I mean, if you want to leave and put your chair up, because that's probably what you're gonna do is leave and be just empty chairs in the back. Keisha Cole.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do that. Let's end this segment though, man. Okay. This has been a pleasure to bring y'all some news, but let's get into let's end the news, man. Let's get up out of here.
Your primary source for melanated news. This is Me NN.
Messed it up. You didn't get there. Hey,
I am right, cool. I'm slow with the
yeah, man, it is what it is. Well, now that we've gotten our melanated news up and covered for the day, I can finally talk to you about how Keisha Cole completely destroyed it this week. And you sitting there hating. I don't know why you hating though, to be honest, man. I'm gonna go ahead. Let me go ahead and disrobe, man, since we
First
ain't
of all,
news,
I don't know why you think Keisha Cole won. Like, I really don't know what you was watching. I don't know.
She sings better.
A remix. The verses is not about who sings better. Verses is about who got hits. And unfortunately, Keisha Cole does sound better than Ashanti. Keisha Cole don't sound better than a lot of people, though. She don't sound better than a lot of people. But she sounds better than Ashanti. But you're gonna have to let me take this real quick. Let me go first, goddammit, because I gotta keep it real. This for the ladies, because you on here tripping. You hate when somebody talking about, oh, she won. Knowing she didn't win. No, she just pulled my hair. She just pulled my hair. She didn't really hit me. You know what I'm saying? That's how it really is. Right, so let me bring this up real quick before we get out of here. Let me tell you what happened, because Keisha Cole lost. Now,
if
Keisha Cole had these shoes on, first of all. Keisha Cole came to these shoes on. Okay, let's just keep it real, Vince. This is what she was wearing, and this is why she lost verses. Okay,
that's
we already know.
News, man.
That ain't fake news. That's real. Now we're gonna go straight to let's go to the pictures first. We're not gonna go to the comments. Let's go to the pictures first. First of all, I want you guys to know. No, hell no. I'm gonna start with the videos because I was gonna do that.
Do your thing.
Here we go. Let's go. Let me show y'all what happened. Let me show y'all how many times Keisha Cole got shaded on because she thought she was shading Ashanti, but clearly.
Who else we want to give a shout out?
Ciroc. Big shout out to Ciroc.
Ciroc didn't give me no check.
Doritos.
Yeah. No, I'm playing. I said Ciroc twice though. I said it 3 times right there.
First of all, if you didn't hear what happened, okay. Keisha Cole was saying something about Ciroc, like, oh, Ciroc, oh. And then she was like, oh, Ciroc didn't give me no check. And here comes Ashanti. They gave me one.
Oh my God, that happened. Wow, I missed that. Wow.
So Ashanti got a check for using her beautiful body on Ciroc's commercial that P. Diddy did. That's one shade. Hold on, y'all, because there's more. I only got 3 more, but there's more. Peep this out.
Go ahead.
KC, can you hear me?
Wait a minute. Yeah, so I get to start it off.
No, you just started.
No. I didn't start. Let's go into that.
Didn't you go with I should have cheated? Yeah. You started first.
That's why I'm about to start again.
No, you're not.
Okay, let's play. You just ended it. What you mean? I'm not about to start again.
Because you started first, right? When
exactly.
We switched.
That's why I got to start again because you just ended it when I told you I wanted to start with Heaven Sent,
But you went to number 11. It's 10. Yeah, you did.
Wait.
10. Let's go. Instagram gonna cut us off.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Hey,
I ain't gonna lie.
First of all, if you was watching the video, you saw that Keisha Cole thought she was just going. First of all, after being an hour and a half late, okay, after taking a intermission, which you don't need no intermission, you should hold your pee until the show is over with because you was an hour and a half late. So she came back thinking she was gonna regulate something, and Ashanti said,
I ain't gonna lie.
My turn.
That was pretty gangster. The Murder Inc. is still deep within Ashanti.
Okay, come on now, Murder Inc. Okay, now last video I'm gonna show you is it's the excuse that Keisha Cole gave for being late, and this is not even from her; it's from her DJ.
Uh-oh.
Keisha's defense, I can truly say that she didn't want to come out because her screen was blurry. On her end, her screen was blurry, and she was like, she was there on time. I was there, I seen everything. She was there, but she didn't want to come out on, because the screen was blurry and stuff wasn't right. We couldn't hear their side. So there was a lot of technical stuff going on in there,
See, in this.
First of all, I don't know what type of degree you gotta have to be a DJ, but you are not gonna come on here and say blurry. You're not gonna come on here and say blurry. That's what you're not gonna do, Mr. DJ. You're not gonna come on here and say blurry. That man said blurry. He said oh, didn't come out because her camera was blurred. It was blurred. It was blurred. It was blurred. You heard of Vince. He said it was blurred. It was blurred. So Keisha don't want to come out because it was blurred.
Hold on, play it again. I gotta
hold on, let me get here. Because that said it was blurred. Hold on. Listen carefully.
Keisha's defense, I can truly say that she didn't want to come out because her screen was blurry on her.
Because her screen was blurred. Her screen was blurred. So Keisha Cole, this is an online. Come on. It's gonna be blurred. Hold on, Vince.
Keisha's defense, I can truly say that she didn't want to come out because her screen was blurry. On her end, her
she didn't want to come out because her screen was blurred. First of all, sir, okay, I'm gonna let you close it out on this because I'm gonna let you really feel inside that you won. But I want y'all to know right now that Swiss Beats, when that boy said blur, when that boy said it was blur, you heard what he said was blurred. Swiss Beats was in the comments like, oh my God. Then when Ashanti confronted Keisha about going last, look at Swiss Beats eyeballs again. Look at them all in the comment section. And then this one right here, when they was an hour late, this guy says, this is really starting to get disrespectful, man. That's Swiss Beats, the owner and starter. But last but not least, y'all, this dude Bow Wow had the nerve to This dude Bow Wow had the nerve to jump in the comments and say she was never this late when she was coming to my house.
Oh,
First of all, ain't nobody coming over your house. Ain't nobody coming over your house. Ain't nobody coming over your house with them. What is this on your head, Bow Wow? What is this, Shannon Moss? Shannon Moss. What is this? Ain't nobody coming to no goddamn Bow Wow house. Ain't nobody going to Bow Wow house.
Don't be disrespectful.
Bitch. Pull up your receipts because my receipt is legit.
Look, first of all, don't be disrespecting the father of so deaf like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be coming around here. He from the OHOAIO. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come on, man. You don't be disrespectful. But that is funny. I ain't gonna lie. Like Keisha Cole talking about her screen was blurry.
There you go, man.
Blur. You put like 3 whole extra letters in that, bro. Come on, man. Like, I know she wasn't over there crying about that. She better not have been crying about that, bro.
Your tears are so yummy and sweet.
Bro, I don't know, but I will say this.
What?
I do think Keisha. I'm more attracted. I like Keisha. I think Keisha. Keisha's it's my flavor, okay?
Like this the whole night.
Yeah, she did. She had like a whole it wasn't a bra, it was a dam that she had. She had to have a whole over dam. And I ain't gonna lie, she was a little stank. She came out a little stank. I ain't gonna lie. It was a little stank, bro. It was a little bit stank.
Started with KC.
Hell no. We already said you was getting the starter.
I've been warming them up.
Not a problem. Let's start when I change my mind. Let's go.
Ready.
And then she goes up, not a problem. Let's go ahead. Wait a minute. What you mean, not a problem?
Yeah, but she made it hot because I mean it was interesting to watch because of her. But I ain't gonna lie, the attitude was, and I do have to give Ashanti a shout out because she did handle it so gracefully. Because Keisha was being very disrespectful. She was being so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
It was such a problem, man. And she held it down. But what Ashanti did not have, which is one of the reasons why I thought that Keisha did do a little better, was a surprise guest appearance.
Go on, run the clip. Okay. Run the damn clip.
My bad.
Just make believe. Oh, love.
I thought it was so funny because you see her tap on me. She's like, "Come on over here right now." You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God, OT, I can't. Like, yo, she act just like T-Boz and Billy.
He's been there the whole time. The screen was blurred.
The whole time, just you know what I'm saying, and just walked right over to her, just completely put all kind of right in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like without even hesitating. It was crazy, bro. But you got to say that was pretty exciting, man. Run that back one more time.
Just make believe. Oh, love. Never knew. Get off my message. When we start kissing, I
Why Ashanti was looking for somebody to bring though? Ashanti looked like she grabbed her phone, like, who can I get in here real quick?
Yeah. Hey, yo, Ja Rule, what you doing? Well, I'm trying to be without you. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't really just yo, man. That was hot. I mean, one of the things that's significant about that is obviously because they had beef. You know what I'm saying? Remember they had beef. They had like some real hardcore beef at one point in time. They wasn't messing with each other because of that song that he had jumped on. And at one point in time, like she was like, look, I don't like the song. I ain't really feeling them. And OT, he struck back. He wasn't playing that. He was like, man, I don't mess with you like that. You know what I'm saying?
With A's in it. Fucking bitch. Bitch playing with my kids. I'm not finna argue with y'all. Y'all go buy her album then. What the fuck ain't my phone live then? Go in there fat bitch.
Yeah, so he's like, hella, he told her to suck her with AIDS in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, went off on mom, went off on nephew. You know what I'm saying? Like, just was completely disrespectful. Yeah, so that's why I think it's a little, it's kind of significant that he was able to do this little guest.
just make believe.
Oh my God! I told him to come here though.
You see it? She practically pulled him into it. Come here.
Like, oh my God!
Oh my God! OT! You know what I'm saying? And like it was it was fascinating to say the least. But at the end of the day,
Ashanti, say it out of your lips, Vince. It's okay. Ashanti cannot sing, but she won verses. Just say it. Just say it. Let it out. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Who do you think you are?
Get me to admit that Ashanti won. You out your mind, man. Ashanti did okay, but did she really win? No, because actually she was doing all of Ja Rule's hits. All she did was a Ja Rule mixtape the whole time. She practically didn't. She had like 4 of her own songs, you know what I'm saying? And then the rest of it was a Murder Inc. reunion. You know what I'm saying? And frankly, nobody got time for that. I'm not tripping. She did well. But Keisha wrote her own song. Well, I guess
no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Don't you sit here and lie.
Keisha wrote I should have cheated. She didn't write it. She didn't write. Who would write something like that? Like that ain't no real. Like first of all,
Keisha Cole ain't right. Keisha Cole ain't. Ashanti wrote almost every song. She's wrote songs for other artists as well. Okay, Ashanti out here getting that bag. Okay, I just need you to know that attitude was on point. You know what I'm saying? She was humbly the winner. You know what I'm saying? Weave game was on inches. What? Weave game was on point. You know that's a damn. Ashanti got hair though. And Keisha Cole got a good grade. I think her daddy like Italian. If you ask Neffy, or Frankie, I think she remember her daddy. But all I'm gonna say is, Ashanti won. Versus is about hits. And Ashanti had them, Vince. Keisha Cole hit the pipe before she came in there. That's what it is. And I don't know if you guys know, but now Keisha Cole has tested positive for COVID.
No!
All that stuff she was talking, all that attitude she had about Ashanti not doing it in person because she was tested positive. Guess who has it now?
No, are you serious?
I am dead serious. And I don't know if OT gave it to her or what, but Keisha Cole has tested positive.
Oh my God.
But it could have been though. But no, in real life though, Vince, it could have been for this reason. Hold on, let me show you why. Because it's not really a real, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know if she really tested positive. Well, we do know she tested positive, but it could have been this. Hold on, this reason why she tested.
Keisha's defense, I can truly say that she didn't want to come out because her screen was blurry.
She was blurry. That's what happened, y'all. She was blurry.
The screen was blurry. That's what it was, man. I don't know, man.
Say it.
I can't, man. I can't, bro. I can't. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, my name OJ Bennett, and I ain't in it, man. I ain't really sitting there trying to mess around with it, bro.
OJ.
I just, you know, I can't come out to admit it, but I do think that after you told me she got COVID, it makes me look at this picture a lot different.
Exactly.
It's no longer looking to me like a picture between two friends that are enjoying themselves. It looks to me like two people that are sitting there swapping all kinds
viruses
of. That's enough, man. I think we cool, bro.
Hey, all right. I mean, we good, even though you don't want to say she won. Lisa knows.
I can't.
Lisa knows.
She was cool. I'm a cook. I'm a clean. You know what I'm saying? It was cute.
Thank you. As long as you and look at them boobs. Why they look like thighs? They don't even look like boobs. They look like thighs or like a breast that you butterfly, like a breast, and then you cut it. See, now you're wrong. This is hilarious. That is hilarious. Bernie.
All right, man. This is too stupid, man. All right. Well, before we get why her boobs look like thighs, bro.
They look like thighs. Look at them. Look at them again. Pull it up.
That made me hungry for some reason, man. I don't know what.
Look at them. Look. You see the chicken breast, and you see how it slit down the middle so they can butterfly it and grill it perfectly on both sides.
When TNA looked like the same thing. Hallelujah. Hey, let's do it. Well, look,
it's a great show.
Before we go, man, real quick, we got to make sure everybody knows once again, as always, that you don't just have to see us here. You can also see us or listen to us on Spotify. Go to your phone, click it. Oh, excuse me, had to poop real quick. Click it. Did you hear that? You didn't hear it, right?
First of all, I heard that you pushed it out.
Man. I had that coffee, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, go ahead and follow the. Yeah, we were What a tie. Hit us up, man. We on Spotify. Listen to all of the shows. We upload them every week and stay in touch with us as always, man. And look, we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. But we need y'all to go ahead and make sure you don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Sure. Flip us back so I can point to you the right way. I can't even point to you.
Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, here we go.
There we go.
All right, well, Keisha wasn't on the side, but it's all good. Yeah, there it is. You know what we can do while we're here too? You know what I'm saying? Since we on the way out anyway, I am your boy, the real Vince Taylor.
I am your girl, Gina G.
And this has been Melanin Espresso. Get out of here. We're going to say it again right quick too. And this is Melanin Espresso. Oh, Gina wasn't ready.
Good morning.
Good morning. Like, comment. Please comment. We putting up comments. I got a tattoo on the shoulder too, but I don't want to go through the process of zipping it down. Ching ching, Apple TV. Yes. Ching ching, Roku TV. Ching ching, Amazon Fire.